Hello and welcome to Coffee with Consultants. This is our very first session and I'm joined today by Johnathon Keogh, one of our practice directors at Cloud Factory. So Johnathon has been looking after our clients for the last, 15 years, Johnathon?
Yeah, around 15
years.
or so.
Yep, implementing successful projects, and Johnathon's across all our projects and manages a team of consultants. And so today what I wanted to chat about was just a little bit about what is it that the team contributes to successful implementations. And John, I wonder if you could take us a bit through that.
First of all, thanks for having me on the first episode of Coffee with Consultants.
Exciting times.
It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good question that you asked for the first question. It's quite often something that when I'm engaged with yourself and the team throughout the sales process, it does come up. And I think what's important about that experience is it means that not only are we implementing the ERP and everything that sits within inside the ERP, but it's for other areas of the business outside possibly of the ERP that come into play with that, because with having a team that is so experienced and the way that we bring the team up as well, I think plays a big part to this. And if you think about it, all our teams start off in support and spend years fine-tuning and honing their skills, which then, well, I think it is because it opens them up to experience across multiple different businesses, because people do process and transact differently. And that builds up that experience, and it enables us to end up with solution experts in that chosen area. Because one of the things with an ERP is it's all encompassing with inside the ERP. If you think you've got, off the top of my head, you've got your distribution, finance, from basic finance all the way through to advanced finance, job costing, cost codes, allocations, all of the above, production, stock management, purchasing, payroll is another big one. And by having people spend all these years fine-tuning, honing their skills, by the time they become a senior consultant, they've got all of this different background that really enables them to understand people's requirements. And not only that, the key for me is we're not implementing for people and knowing them for 3 or 4 months. If you have a look at our customer base, we've got customers that are our customers for, I like to say, life. I mean, the bulk of our customers are 15 plus years on in their journey with us. And
definitely. And
I think that again speaks volumes, because we're able to implement a system for what they need today, but we actually, because we're so passionate about what we do as well, we're then able to understand, right, we know that today this is what you're after, but because of our passion and the way that we speak closely with all our vendors, we're always attending sessions, and we're able to sort of, I'd like to say we're the trendsetters on picking what happens in the future.
I believe you are.
And I think that enables us to even guide our customers of where they need to be thinking about what's next. Where do I take this now? How can I grow? I've got this fundamental system in there. How can I start to gain some of the benefits from this? Where can I really start to save time for my staff so they can focus on their actual day-to-day jobs, and have the ERP working in the background with the automation functionality to alert people of low stock and things. And I think that becomes so powerful. And it's one thing I'm really fundamentally proud of what we've been able to achieve here over the years is that, dare I say, once you're a member of the Cloud Factory family, you never leave. And I think I think if you have a look at the team members that we have here, that's something that's very consistent. And I think it was funny, we started to talk about this a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's the passion. Although we're all very different people, it's the passion for what we do that glues us, for the want of a better word, all together. And I think it's very exciting.
I'm a believer.
Well, that's brilliant.
There's so many topics in there. I mean, you're talking about automation, so freeing up people to be strategic. You're talking about no one implements a system for today.
Yeah.
You implement a system because you have problems today, or you're restricted today by your current systems, but you want a system for tomorrow, a system for growth.
Yeah. You have to allow for growth.
Definitely. And that experienced consultant is going to be able to make the difference, understand the pitfalls of the future, understand the automations that are needed.
And it's also about a strong team as well. Dare I say, the system is implemented today, and tomorrow, or 6 days, 6 months, 6 weeks, whatever it may be down the path, they pivot and move in another direction. Because of the strong team, we can, it's going to sound horrible, but swap out consultants and bring in someone who's then a real, dare I say, solution expert in that particular area. And I think that is one of the key strengths, and that's why working with an experienced team makes all the difference. Time and time again, we've seen that when, we've inherited other projects where, these things come up where the ERP was implemented for a certain set of requirements, but throughout that implementation, the business changed, and the previous people weren't able to sort of really understand all of that. And then we've come in and said, right, this is what we now need to adjust, and this is how we need to move forward. And they're the sort of implementations, I really get excited about, because, you said it earlier, you buy the ERP today because you've got problems that's solving today's problems. But
problems and opportunities.
Yeah. See, it's those opportunities, that's the part that I get excited about, because that's the point of putting a new system in. Not replacing what you have. It's about the extra functionality and the growth in the system.
Definitely. I like to think that we don't actually implement software, we implement business process.
Oh, correct.
Software to do that.
Yeah.
Experienced consultants. So, Jono, that's a great discussion on the topic. But what about that gets you the most fired up? And you're a passionate guy, but what makes you the most passionate about either parts of the solution or parts of the project? Or
Wow, that's a brilliant question. And you're asking me to name one area.
Yeah.
One is going to be very hard to sort of name. So if I think about it at the moment, I don't want to bring a downer on the situation because of the pandemic. But if you think about that, supply chain has been a problem of late. And it is what it is.
It's all over the place.
Correct. So landed cost is, over the last couple of years, it's been so critical for people to be able to manage that correctly, because with inside the ERP, enabling the landed cost functionality and having it set up correctly enables people to see their profit margin straight away on their transactions. It enables people to make sure that they are selling at the correct price, that they're not, losing all of their, profits in the above. It's fundamentally important, and it's been really, really exciting to be able to see that rolling those functions out for people and seeing the change within the business and what that has then driven moving forward, and how we then help with that decision making on what path you go down.
Enabling decisions. Isn't that actually the cost in the last 2 years that has risen the most?
Yeah, 100%. It has. 100% correct. I mean, if you think about it, we all know the shipping, and that's been well well and truly published, but even local freight, that has a flow-on effect throughout a number of areas. And, that flows down to me as a supplier as well. And then obviously onto customers. And it's as you say, the decision-making capabilities of the ERP to be able to see and preempt and have that information to make the decisions moving forward is so powerful. And that's what you want from your ERP, isn't it?
Fantastic. That's exactly it. We're going to keep it short today. We're going to have some sessions in the future. I'm sure there's much more to unpack. If anyone in the audience has a topic they want us to cover, please, Coffee with Consultants, I'd like you to talk about. Put in the chat and we'll happily pick it up.
Yeah, please do. All ideas are welcome. There's a couple I can think of. I'll keep them close to my chest for now to see what comes through.
Yeah, and we'll be back maybe in a month, maybe in a couple of weeks. We'll see how we go and see the uptake on Coffee with Consultants. From today's chat, John, I must say that it's the kind of topic that should give a business owner peace of mind when you're going into a project, to know that you have the right people with you.
Yes.
My personal belief is you need three things for successful projects. You need a great solution.
Yes.
We have lots of those. And you need experienced and passionate consultants. We have heaps of those. You need a passionate customer.
Yes.
Passionate for change. You put those elements together and you have a successful project.
100%. And I think also an experienced consultant team can help drive that passion, because they're not just, as we say, coming in to fix today's problem.
No, they'll be outcome based.
Correct. And we're sitting there and we're driving those future decisions with the experience and the knowledge that we have. And again, working so closely with our vendors and all our partners, it really does help us escalate that change, because we know what's coming. We all attend and are very passionate about our chosen areas of expertise that enables us to be, again, dare I say, ahead of the curve, setting the trends.
Setting the trends. I love it. Thank you, John.
Well, thank you, Franz.
That was a great session. I hope everyone enjoyed that. If you want to be in touch, visit cloudfactory.co and you can book a free assessment. And we have skills like Jono's available to work with you. And or just put a chat on this session and we'll be in contact. Thank you and see you next month.
Thanks, everyone.